Hi, my name is Janine and today we're going to be discussing the Hygizone system. Hygizone is a source-based odor extraction system which removes all odor and bacteria at the source. Dilution ventilation is the main aspect of conventional extraction. This means all the odor and bacteria has to pass the breathing point before it's finally extracted. With Hygizone, we use local exhaust ventilation. This means all odor and bacteria is trapped at the source. If we look at the image below, this is what odor and bacteria would look like. As you can see, everything has to pass the breathing point before it's finally extracted. What dilution ventilation does is it uses high amounts of energy, releases high amounts of carbon emissions, and also encourages the use of costly air fresheners which contain volatile organic compounds. It basically taps into the existing WC and taps into the existing duct, as in the image. What our system does is it removes all odor-causing bacteria at the source before contaminating the restroom. If we get involved in a project early enough, we are able to assist the mechanical engineers with redesigning their ducts and their fans to make them a lot smaller because our system uses 80% less air. We also offer an energy saving of up to 43%. Because our system uses less air, there's less energy required. There's also a 26% saving on capital cost by means of making the ducts and the fans a lot smaller. Our system is green because it improves the indoor air quality and it improves energy efficiency. As you can see on the video clip, this was a test that we did at our head office. On the left-hand side is dilution ventilation and on the right is local exhaust ventilation. We used a smoke bomb for the test purposes. On the left you can see all the odor and the bacteria is leaving the bowl and going into the indoor air. On the right we have local exhaust ventilation. All the odor and the bacteria is staying within the bowl. The industry standard at the moment is 50 to 100 litres per second per toilet, where it should only be 20 to 25 according to SABS standards. We got hold of a company called Apex who did independent testing for us. They are environmental occupational hygienists, and what they did is they used acetone to mimic toilet odor. If you look at the image, you'll see that the mechanical engineer had specified 50 litres per second per toilet, which is double the SABS standards, and they still picked up 10.1 milligrams of contaminants all the way to the basins and the taps. They then retrofitted our system and only used 5 litres per second and only picked up 0.96 milligrams of contaminants. This proved to us that with 80% less airflow, we're still able to get rid of over 1,000% of the contaminants. We are members of the Green Building Council. If you are looking for a product that has a green element to it, Hygizone comes highly recommended. According to the Green Building Council, our system reduces waste, improves energy efficiency, and improves indoor air quality. We did an environmental assessment with WSP, who are a group of engineers, and this study was based on a 7-story building. They then gave us the results of a 26% capital cost saving due to smaller ducts and fans. There was also a 43% reduction in their annual energy as well as the running costs and carbon emissions. This proves to us that not only is our system effective, it is very cost effective as well. In 2005, a British scientist went out and did an experiment in a public ablution in a hospital to find out why people were getting contaminated with SARS in hospital ablutions more than any other public space. He did an experiment where he used agar, which has got the same consistency as diarrhea, and flushed the toilet. His findings were that there were thousands of viruses and bacteria being placed into the indoor air. He then went back 60 minutes and did the same test, and there were still thousands of viruses and bacteria in the air. Because your WC is made of a very porous material such as your ceramic and your porcelain, it actually harbors the bacteria and the viruses. Then, in 2003, a Dr. Julian, who was contaminated with the SARS virus, went into his hotel room, used the ablution, and the fecal cloud went into the hallway and contaminated 16 people walking down the hallway. As a result, his findings were as follows. He then said we need to have a system that prevents toilet aerolization droplets from formulating into the air. And he said local exhaust ventilation is the best solution to prevent this from happening. And that is what the Hygizone system does. We are compatible with all your concealed systems, and we have compliance letters from all the manufacturers stipulating that their guarantee will be maintained when our system is used. We are also compatible with all your flush masters. Here it's important to remember that we provide both the standard or the junior T, so when doing your specification you would only need to specify a flush valve, not a flush valve system. We also have a patented waterless urinal system, which comes in two finishes, a chrome-plated or a white ABS plastic. This system can be used in a water urinal and can be converted into a waterless urinal system. The product is beautifully packaged and the components include the following: all fixtures and fasteners, detailed instructions, a Hygihose, duct spigot, flush saddle and push-fit adapter. Some of the projects that we've been involved in on a national level is the Link Campus, BMW Menlyn Main, Lifestyle on Kloof, which are both in Cape Town, East Rand Mall, 90 Rivonia, which was an office development, Middelburg Mall, Nedbank Foreshore, Gateway Theatre of Shopping, Adams & Adams Attorney, Addington Hospital, Paledi Mall, and as you can see, the list goes on and on. We have been involved in many prestigious projects. If we get involved early enough, we can help with capital cost savings of up to 26% by making the ducting and the fans a lot smaller. There are also annual energy savings of up to 43% on your running costs, energy, as well as your carbon emissions. It also eliminates the need for costly hygiene products for your client, and there is no need for traditional disc valves above every WC. All of our systems, specifications, CAD and Rivet drawings are readily available on AutoSpec. Alternatively, all of this information can be made available through myself, and I will then provide you with the specification required for the system that you have specified and send you either CAD or Rivet drawings. The next phase will be the mechanical engineer. It's very important that he also specifies the system and includes it onto his legend, and ultimately it falls under the plumber's scope of work as he will be installing our system. The first step is the plumber will install the concealed system and the HVAC contractor will install his duct. The next step would be to drill a hole into the flush pipe, attach our flush saddle which has a neoprene intern, and then we attach our Hygihose and our duct spigot to the actual duct. Once this has been done, they can brick it up and our system is successfully installed. It's also important to know that our system is non-serviceable, so there are no moving parts, no maintenance required, and no cartridges that need to be changed. Hygizone residential unit. With our residential unit, we need more components, namely a fan, a controller box, and a sensor light. All of these items are placed in the ceiling void above the WC. As an architect, you would need to specify a plug point. When someone walks within a 1 meter radius of the toilet, the sensor automatically clicks on and runs continuously for 90 seconds. All the odor and bacteria is extracted through the Hygihose, through the fan, and expelled on the exterior of the building by means of a vent. This vent is white, but it can be painted any color of the house to blend in.